Hello everyone, welcome back to Ravers Mead. It's oh, be careful I don't go out underneath the canopy there. It's bank holiday weekend again. We have a ridiculous amount of bank holiday weekends this May. So naturally it's chucking it down with rain out there. It's not the nicest, to be honest. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, it is weirdly warm out. It's probably about 15 degrees today, so it's raining and it's warm, which is weird for this country. I kind of don't know what clothes to put on, because if I put waterproofs on, I'm absolutely sweating. But if I kind of just walk around in, like normal clothes, I get a bit soggy. So that's a bit weird. Weird weather. But it's England, so what are you going to do? My plan for today was to give you guys a nice horsey vlog, but I can't really film anything outside, which is ridiculously frustrating. They're all out in the fields at the moment. I don't know if you can quite see them. Can I zoom in a bit? Not very much. I can zoom in a little bit. But yeah, that's Nell and Woody over there, Stumpy, and Blue is in the bottom field at the moment. I've fix my zoom. I've actually switched them around, so Nell and Woody were going down the bigger one down the bottom. But obviously, because there's two of them grazing in the same field, they've kind of been mowing the grass down a bit quicker than I'd like. So I thought, let's switch them around, even things out a bit. So it's just Blue on his own down there, and the other two up here in this field that's, a bit greener, got a bit more food out there. I didn't think I was going to be able to put them out today, to be fair, because, wet and gross, but luckily the ground is doing okay. Anyway, I think I'm going to put you guys down for a second, and I'm going to make a dash for the greenhouse. So I figured if I can't shoot anything outside, I'll just take you guys into the greenhouse and give you guys a little quick garden update in today's video, and then hopefully the weather will sort itself out and I'll have a good outdoorsy horsey vlog for you next time. We made it. Oh, it's lovely in here. I love having this greenhouse. It's like I've got an outside place to play, even when it's miserable and raining out, so that makes me very, very happy. And I've got my chair. I've cleared my chair in here as well, so I can sit in comfort in the dry and watch the ponies who are getting soggy. Okay, so garden update, seedling update. In one of my previous videos, I can't remember how long ago it was. Now, to be honest, my memory is shocking for stuff like this, in case you haven't noticed. But in one of my recent videos, I'd mentioned that I was having some issues with my seedlings being really stunted this year. And I wasn't quite sure what the problem was. I know that I've had issues with temperature control in here, because I've never grown in a greenhouse before. And to be honest with you, I was a bit dumb and I didn't realise how hot it was going to get in here. Turns out it was getting up to like 40-something degrees in here during the day. Which it took me a little while to realise that, and yeah, I was kind of cooking everything alive. So I got on top of that issue, but then things still weren't really growing and I couldn't figure out what it was. But I had a light bulb moment last weekend, and I realised I was having a soil problem. So everything in here is looking loads better now. I think I have a few clips from last weekend when I was up potting all of these. And I'll see if I can like edit something in to show you like a comparison. But yeah, these are looking so much better now. Just look how green and healthy they are. They've all grown so much. These have quite literally, I would say these have quadrupled in size in a week, these peppers. It's amazing. So yeah, I had a bad batch of compost basically, and it took me a long time to figure it out. Interestingly enough, I've still actually got some stuff here that's in the old crappy compost that I got. I can't remember which brand it was, unfortunately. I've just been picking stuff up from Tesco's on club card deals, because, working on a budget. But so to give you an example, so these three are cauliflowers. They were all started at exactly the same time, and what I did is I put a few seeds in one pot, because you don't always get 100% germination rate, and then I separated them out. And obviously when I've separated them, I've put these two in some different compost. So that's different to this stuff. This stuff is the crappy compost that was stunting everything. And look at the difference. Like, they're the same age, same batch of seeds and everything. And I've just transplanted these ones into the different compost, and look how much happy they are. Such a difference. So yeah, little message for anybody who thinks they've got, what do they call it? A brown thumb? they call it a brown thumb? Is that what they call bad gardeners? I can't remember. There's a thing that they call gardeners who kill all their plants, and I can't remember what it is. I think I'm having a brain fog issue today, people. Anyway, if you think you're a crap gardener, don't write yourself off, because chances are you've got some kind of problem, probably like this going on, that's causing your plants to not grow. And everything is growing so much better now. Like, look at the size of my cucumbers. They're doing so good. This makes me so happy. I've never had happy little cucumbers like this in a pot before. I'm usually really bad at growing stuff in pots. But yeah, I'm feeling much better about all of this now. Everything's growing, and I'm really happy to say I didn't think I was going to get any of these. So this is the Cherokee Purple. It's like a big meaty beefsteak style tomato, and they were my favourite tomato last year. They were so good, and I killed one batch off in that crappy compost already this year. And these ones just weren't growing, but obviously since transplanting them, they are starting to look like there's hope. I think there's hope for my favourite tomato. I was going to start some more seeds, but then I realised I didn't have any left, and then I went online to get some and I couldn't find any, so I'm really happy that they're growing, because they were so yummy. So yummy. And yeah, everything's looking good. Oh, that needs to go outside somewhere. That's parsley in there. But yeah, happy gardener. Problem, fingers crossed, problem solved. I would take you outside and kind of show you what's going on. I'll show you a bit through the glass, I suppose. But yeah, it's miserable out there, and Kevin doesn't like getting wet, so you'll just have to look at everything through the greenhouse with me. Not an awful lot to see, to be fair. I mean, I've got loads of onions and garlic out there at the moment, and like the mint and stuff is growing. Like I've got mint and lemon balm over the back there, and the fruit trees have got blossom on. I think I've got a few odd clips from over the last couple of weeks of you know, just things in the garden that I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take a little clip of that, just because I like to compare stuff through the year. So I'll see if I can find some of those and put them in for you. They obviously would have been taken on a much sunnier day, so, you know, it looks a lot nicer out there than it does now. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, the only other thing was, I did mention that I planted some of my cucumbers and tomatoes out already, because I was getting so frustrated with them not doing anything in here. I don't think that was... Well, I mean, given the circumstances, it was a fair plan, because, you know, if something's not working, you try something else, but I can't say cucumbers today. My cucumbers that I planted out are gone. Turns out I have a bit of a pest problem going on, so I always have a slug problem here. I usually put nematodes out throughout the year, which keeps on top of them. But yeah, slug problem definitely, so I got on top of that. And then it turned out I seem to have a problem with root maggots as well, which have just annihilated my cucumbers completely. They were growing really well, and then all of a sudden they all started wilting and shriveling up. And I pulled one of them up the other day, and the roots were just gone, and what was left was like hollow and rotten, and you could see those little white maggots all in the hole. And I was like, yay. So I got some nematodes to deal with them as well. I put that out in the garden yesterday, which was probably good timing for the rain, to be fair, because they like it moist. They work better if you put them out on a rainy day, so hopefully that will deal with that problem. I don't know if the tomatoes have been suffering the same problem, maybe, because they haven't really grown either. But it's fine. I've got all of this up here is growing happily now, so I think, you know, the garden has been saved. So this is why you plant way more than you need in case you have a boo-boo. Because even though I've killed a substantial number of plants already this year, I think we're going to be cool. Oh. Anyway, that's my little garden update for you guys. I won't bore you on any longer with this. Yeah, I'm going to go outside and get very soggy and get my stables mucked out. Probably don't want to leave them out on the grass too long today. Like, it was okay, but I don't want to leave them out there long enough for them to get bored and start dicking around, basically. I'm happy for them to be pottering around grazing out there, but I don't want any foolish behaviour that could damage our lovely ground. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us today on this lovely soggy bank holiday weekend, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Bye.